Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video and welcome to a roller coaster paradise where we're going to be building an entire roller coaster theme park all in one video. If you guys enjoy these types of videos, leave a like for the video. We're trying to get to 1,000 likes to unlock the next one. We're also trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before Christmas if you guys wouldn't mind helping out with that. Without further ado, grab your popcorn, grab your snacks. Let's get right into the video. Hello everyone, welcome to Coaster Mania. This park is going to be completely dedicated to roller coasters and kind of the theme of the new Thrill Seekers ride pack. If you guys haven't checked that out, I highly recommend you guys check that out. I'm going to do my best to keep this entire park coaster themed, mainly roller coasters, and maybe have a couple of flat rides in there. So sit back, relax. As I said, grab some popcorn and just chill. Let's get right into this, you guys. So I think for our entrance, it's kind of got a setup over here. We're gonna just simulate that the buses would come through here, do a little bit of off-roading over the mountains, and that's part of the thrill already. So I think this is actually a pretty good spot for our buses to kind of stop and come through. I think what we might do, maybe we could redo this, or this. I actually like this. This is a pretty good spot for our buses to kind of start. So let's grab our terrain tool and let's kind of just make a little path coming from this area, just so it kind of looks like this has been beaten down with buses. So let's grab our paintbrush here. Let's maybe do some compact dirt, see what that looks like. Let's increase our size to about, if we're doing double traffic, that's probably a pretty good size. It kind of comes through here and kind of like that. Sometimes maybe it swings a little bit wider in the corners here. Something like that should be pretty good. So that'll kind of just simulate where our bus is going to come from. Obviously I can make this look a little bit cooler, so let's maybe get rid of some of these trees if we can. And then maybe what we could do here is have some kind of centerpiece of where you kind of come in. So let's maybe grab our terrain tool. Let's just do a tiny little mountain area, or we could have a nice little pond area. That'd be kind of cool in here. But I think for just kind of a backdrop, let's just raise this up a little bit and create a little backdrop. I can't get rid of that tree, unfortunately. Let's see, I might have to just kind of work around it and just keep it part of the nature. Let me know if you guys have had a chance to check out the new DLCs or in the vintage, what's it called? The Vintage Funfair pack. That one looks pretty cool. I haven't actually checked that one out myself yet. That's a pretty good little path for us. So let's maybe grab, I'm just going to delete all of this for now. And then maybe move it a little bit. I just didn't like the little pegs is all. Let's maybe just get rid of that stuff for now. And then it'll actually allow us to create more of a realistic, kind of keep this all one big parking lot. Something like that. And then it'll kind of come into here, open up like this a little bit. I really like the idea of having our main entrance to the park kind of right here. Like if we had some mountains kind of coming on, and then just leading them to this little area where we have our nice natural stones and little ponds here. And then you kind of come through here, and this is the grand entrance to the park kind of right here. And then it'll kind of go that way a little bit behind the mountains. I kind of like the idea of that, actually. Let's see if we can get this nice and tall. That seems to look pretty good. Let's push this down a little bit so we can get a nice pond in here. I don't want to go too deep. Usually when you go too deep, it takes away from the nice blues that you'd get from the water, and just putting too much depth in there. So I think this might be a good depth as well. I always love to have a nice little water centerpiece with my builds. It definitely just pulls it together a little bit. Think about walking into a park if there's water versus not. Most of the time you'd usually like there to be water. This looks kind of cool. I think natural water might look pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. I kind of like that. So now let's maybe rebuild our buses and where those are going to be parked. Yeah, so we got our coaches here. We can put our buses. Obviously, we are floating in the air. Let's maybe stick to surface. There we go. That gets it on the ground. So I think people get off the bus kind of going that way. So if they're coming in through here, I think if we kind of have them into here somewhat and kind of have their parking off by a little bit, then I think if one bus kind of decided to park over here a little bit, maybe something like that, and maybe one tucked in a little bit closer here. We definitely want a lot of people to be able to come to this park, so we need the buses to handle it. Okay, something like that looks pretty good. Gives them lots of room to kind of back up, turn around a little bit. Actually, I wouldn't mind giving them a tiny bit of room here. Let's grab our paintbrush here. and just get a little bit more room for them to kind of turn around if they need to. That looks a little bit better. As far as a bathroom, we could maybe have some sort of bathroom here for them. So let's see what we have for that. Let's get some facilities. Toilets, we could get a nice blueprint one. Let's see what we have for that. Now you just get a regular old bathroom here. Maybe tuck it into the trees like this maybe. I could get one there and maybe one there. So let's make our line width. Yeah, 6 is actually probably good. And I think for this, let's keep the railing off. Kind of just attach to there. Actually, for this, I could maybe just keep this kind of gravelly if I can. Let's just do some compact dirt. Just make it a little bit different. Just a nice little path kind of like that. And then we could do some sort of decoration around here. What do we have for, so this is actually the temperate map pack. Not pack, I guess, but the temperate map. So if we grab our trees here, we go by temperate rocks, large temperate arc trees, temperate autumn trees would be pretty cool, but I think we'll just do the regular temperate ones. Let's kind of just put some nice trees in here. Something like that. And then if we could, temperate forest trees, temperate small plants. That's kind of what we're looking for. Let's just fill this in with some nice flowers and stuff like that. And really just make this look nice. Maybe put some rocks in here. Wouldn't look too bad. And then fill it in with some nice plants. I love this new paintbrush that you can get. Just makes it so much easier to lay down this stuff. Just something like that. And then delete this one. Maybe that one. I think that looks pretty good. How's that looking? That seems to be a nice little bathroom area for them. Let's maybe fill it in back here a little bit just so it doesn't look fake or anything like that. Hope you guys enjoy these videos. Let me know with a like. See if you like the video. We're trying to get to 1,000 likes for this video to unlock the next one, as I said. And subscribe if you haven't done that already. Definitely appreciate the support. Yeah, I think that definitely looks pretty good. That's a nice little bathroom area for them when they come in with their bus. Now, like I said, I'd love to have my entrance kind of over here. So as far as our main entrance, I'd love it to be kind of surrounded by mountains. If you guys have ever been to the Banff area, Banff in Canada, I'm actually pretty close to there. They have just huge mountains on either side of the roads. So I kind of want to replicate that a little bit if we can. And then, like I said, I'd love to kind of have the main park swing over behind the mountains. Huge roller coasters absolutely everywhere. Oh, I actually got a really good idea just now. So I think if I build a huge mountain here, like I'm already doing, and then maybe have the main path to get to the park entrance kind of come through the mountain. Okay, now let's start to climb up a little bit here. Make this thing just absolutely massive. Now let's kind of get some girth behind there. Some girth behind him. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. I'd like to maybe surround this a little bit around our bathroom if we can. Kind of something like that right behind our bathroom. And obviously I won't leave this kind of like it is. I'll try and sculpt it a little bit more into more of a realistic mountain if I can. But if you kind of picture driving in like this, that looks pretty epic. Let's take our paintbrush tool here and maybe just touch up some of these spots. Now let's kind of start to sculpt this with this. And it kind of just naturally paints in that nice big rock as well. Yeah, that's definitely starting to look good. Let's shape the back of it a little bit. Make it look a little bit rougher. I think as far as this, I could probably raise this up a little bit higher as well. Make it even that much more grand in scale. And maybe even connect to that rock. Yeah, looks pretty good. Definitely don't mind that. Okay, so now that we have our massive mountain here, I'll just quickly draw it in to connect to that rock like that. But first, let's grab our path. Let's maybe do as wide as we can. This is going to be the main entrance, like I said. I think what we could do is first lay down where our entrance is actually going to go. We have this regular Planet Coaster one here. Would look pretty good. And obviously Planet Coaster definitely ties into the theme. So that'd be a pretty good one to use. Maybe get a couple of these. Maybe one kind of like that. Then obviously we will have to connect that to the power. But let's duplicate this and slide one this way. We could start with a nice little mountain to kind of match that. And then extend this pond area into this whole area. I think would look pretty good. Let's grab our scenery, or sorry, our terrain brush. And maybe just take this mountain and extend it this way a tiny bit. I don't think we need it that big. Kind of something like this. Maybe bring it back like this. That could definitely look good. And then I think what we could do is push this back a tiny bit. And then have a nice little pond area in here. Let's delete this water quickly. So then we can kind of continue that water this way. Let's go a tiny bit deeper. And then grab this. Great. I think I want to keep these plants there. That actually looks really good. Let's keep all that there. And kind of just go back into this little mountainous area. And what I could do is have some kind of statue in the middle of the pond here. Kind of like... Here, let's see what this looks like. Let's set this to maybe 8 meters. I'd like it to be kind of right in this area if we can. Kind of like that. And let's cut it off a little bit like that. Okay, let's grab our flattening tool and kind of match the rest of the terrain there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's grab this and kind of just make it a little bit better. Make this a little bit smaller. I kind of just want to fill this out a little bit more, grab some extra strength. Okay, now let's kind of just flatten this area out. And we can kind of rough it up a little bit once we're done. So let's maybe, what kind of scenery could we put here? Let's go to blueprints, see what they have here. Something like this would be cool. Okay, I actually kind of love that. I'll be honest. I might even be able to just put it here and not even have that rock in the middle. Let's maybe do that. Looks a little bit more natural rather than putting it on there. So let's maybe just get rid of this rock. And I think, yeah, we could just grab this. Or what else do we have? I mean, we got lots of stuff in here we could put. We could put this kind of tucked in back here like that. How much is this costing me? Ah, 600 bucks. That's not bad at all. 800 for this one. This could kind of be a centerpiece. Kind of like that, maybe. And then once we add our water in, that'll look really nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. What about another little one? Or maybe even just add it to here. They sing. Oh wow, that's kind of impressive. Yeah, that looks pretty good. How is our depth for all of this? I think if water's coming through here and it's kind of our water source for this, obviously we'd have it maybe filtered out, but let's just make this a little bit better. If we can. And then in here, let's just push it back a little bit so it looks like it's coming from a different water source. Far away. Obviously we can't get this to an actual lake or something like that, so we'll just push it back so it looks like it's coming from somewhere. Let's push this back a tiny bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's raise this up a little bit. I could also maybe replicate this over here. I think that would look pretty good. Let's grab our terrain and maybe just push this back a little bit into here. And then maybe just flatten this area out a little bit. Make it something like that. Let's bring it in a tiny bit more here. Okay, and then let's grab, what is this? Probably just a temperate random plant. So let's maybe just grab some small plants. Temperate forest trees we could put here. Align to surface, void paths, and ignore that. Let's see if we can maybe put some nice tropical plants in here. Maybe some large rock over here. I mean, that one's probably a little bit big. Let's get rid of that. That actually looks pretty good. Maybe if we delete that one, looks a little bit better. Maybe this one, that one, and then we could probably get just some small plants in here. How does that look? That doesn't look too bad. Let's maybe get rid of that one. Yeah, I think that actually looks pretty good. This one's a little bit of an eyesore as well. Just adds a little bit of greenery to it. I actually don't love that. Let's see if we can get this to be a little bit better. Add a little bit of color in here as well. This one, let's just move that into here a tiny bit. Make it look a little bit more natural. I wouldn't mind some, actually I kind of like the way this looks. I don't mind that at all. So let's add some water to this. Let's grab our train, get some water. Some nice clear water. How high can we come up here? Probably get up to about there. That does hide some of our stuff. Grab this and raise it up a tiny bit. Something like that. Now let's see if we, what that looks like. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let's maybe raise this up even a tiny bit more. Just so those guys aren't floating. Kind of like that. Okay. That looks quite nice, actually. I definitely don't mind that. And then obviously we'll need to make this a giant kind of entrance area, but let's grab our terrain tool and just paint this in a little bit more quicker. So let's maybe grab our pathing tool. We'll probably want a railing on this, so let's maybe just grab some wooden railing and maybe just some horizontal wooden path through here. Yeah, let's maybe grab our path. I think if we have it semi-close to there, kind of swing around like that. I think that looks pretty good. I definitely don't mind that. And then in here, I'd like to maybe create some kind of scenery or maybe a nice little pond in here as well. And now let's see if we can grab, let's just get to this regular one. I'd love to be able to grab onto both of those. Let's maybe just connect to it like that. And then here, if we kind of just replicate that just so it looks as nice as we can get it. Something like that. And then we can maybe put some kind of decoration here or something. Or even go out like this. And then let's see if we can get some trees in here or something like that. Let's avoid paths, align to surface. Let's see if we can get something in here. Actually, let's maybe get our tropical plants small. They usually just look a little bit better. Let's see if we can get some in here. These ones usually get out of hand. Put that in the middle like that. Definitely looks a little bit better. Now let's see if we can fill this in a tiny bit more. Let's maybe grab a small little rock in here. Kind of just fill it in if we can. Maybe delete that one. Okay, that looks pretty good for that little entrance. And I think we'll maybe keep this open if we can. So you can see the nice little flowers. Let's maybe fill this in a little bit on the sides. Maybe along here. And then I'd love to get a nice little pond in here. I could have a nice little pond in here and then maybe extend this over. Actually, maybe I keep this about the same. But I definitely love the idea of doing that. So let's maybe grab our terrain tool here. Set our size to about all of that. Let's see if we can sculpt a nice little pond in here. Let's go underneath. That would look pretty good, I think. Let's maybe go right over to the exit there. And entrance. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now what we could do, I mean, really, we could extend this all the way through. I actually don't mind that idea. Let's do that. This little park entrance we can have going right up to there. And then the entrance will go over top of the water. That'll look pretty good. Let's delete this water. And then we can grab our terrain and kind of extend through here. Kinda like that. And then maybe let's roughen this up a tiny bit just so it doesn't look too perfect. There. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, definitely nicely themed. Now let's grab a path for this. Let's make sure there is a rail on. Okay, that should work. Now let's grab this and right there. Perfect. Now let's see if we can get our water in there. Beautiful. Okay, now it's kind of suspended. A little bit of a railing on there for them. And let's get some water over here as well. That might be as high as we can go, unfortunately. That's pretty good though. Definitely get some water in here. Actually, we could maybe connect to this little pond as well. For kind of this side, so let's maybe do that. Let's grab these and remove those. Let's grab our terrain tool and kind of just bring it through here. A little bit bigger of a brush. And we'll have to delete this as well. Yeah, that puts a nice little water area in here. I think we could probably even get this a little bit deeper. I think it would come together just a little bit nicer. Yeah, let's maybe sculpt this a little bit while we have the chance here. Push it back a tiny bit. That side's pretty good. Maybe in here a little bit. And then maybe even if we brought this mountain pass kind of over here. Make it a little bit smaller. We can really make a big backdrop in here. Maybe push this back a tiny bit. Now let's see if we can put some water in here. Okay, that already looks a lot better. Makes it kind of cozy in here with our kind of mountain there. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let's delete a couple of trees here. Just like these random ones that are in the middle of nowhere. And let's... Okay, we kind of have our main park entrance here, which I definitely love the look of. We can maybe push this back a little bit more. Just to make it look a little bit more uniform. Okay, just for now. Okay, now if we can take our path and kind of connect it to this little area if possible. So let's maybe take this. I think maybe a 12 would probably be the best. Let's make sure our railing is off. I don't think we want a railing, but we'll kind of see. We kind of take it off of there. Maybe swing around like this. And then maybe attach through here. Let's go terrain style. Just keep it on the ground, I think. Kind of just like to there. And that can kind of be our entrance to our park. Obviously this is a little bit high up and awkward. Let's go back a tiny bit here. I'm maybe going to, see that's kind of raising up. I think let's take our terrain tool and see if we can flatten this out a little bit. Just through here. And kind of have it poke out through there a little bit. Kind of something like that. I think we could probably get a path through there. Kind of flatten out there. Okay, so now I think we could probably get our path. And draw it through here. Maybe something like that. How does that come out on the other side here? Oh gosh. Okay. It's flipping out on me. Let's maybe go back one. I think kind of have something like that. That should be pretty good. Okay, now let's take our terrain tool and maybe paint this in a little bit more. With our gravel again. And that can kind of be the main park entrance. And let's quickly just make this look absolutely beautiful. So let's take this and kind of touch up our little tunnel here. I think maybe this part will build up a little bit higher. Kind of overhang it right over that. But maybe flatten it kind of this way a little bit. Let's push this back a little bit to kind of open it up so people know where to go. Now I wish you could connect it to the gravel rather than not having these little angles on there. So I think what we could do is just raise this up a tiny bit. Just to cover that a little bit. Get a little bit of a step for them. Let's go through and kind of just close this in a little bit more. Make it look really cool. Okay, now what we could do is grab another kind of entrance-like thing. Let's probably go to scenery here. Maybe some kind of archway would be kind of cool. Like that. Maybe this one would be kind of cool. For a main entrance. Oh, it even plays music. That is amazing. Okay, let's do that one. I definitely like that. So square it up with our path here a little bit. Okay, that looks really cool actually. So now let's fill this in. Let's maybe paint this in a little bit more with our compact dirt again. Kind of like that. Let's grab some short grass and maybe just put it in this little area. Just to get some trees in there. Some nice tropical plants maybe. And then maybe some grass kind of coming along here as well. A little bit like that. Get some nice palm trees like that a little bit. And then let's get some smaller ones throughout here. Kind of just fill it in a tiny bit on the bottom. I love the music. Okay, this is kind of our parking lot. They come in through here. Let's take our paintbrush here and get some rough rock. And just paint this in a little bit more. Up here. Kind of along here. What we could do is do a little archway here. That'd be kind of cool actually. Let's do that. So let's raise this up even higher and make it a pretty high archway. Make sure a bus can actually fit underneath it. Kind of something like that a little bit. Let's check out the other side. Yeah, don't mind that. Let's push this in a little bit more. Make sure our buses can come in through here. Want to put the width of 2 buses if we can, so they can come and go. Maybe something like that. I don't know if they don't mind that. Okay, seems to be a nice little archway for us. Let's flatten this out a tiny bit. Make sure it's drivable. And then we'll get our compact dirt on there again. Kind of coming through here, and then this is the main park entrance with our nice Hawaiian themed music. Coming through here. And then I'll maybe make this mountain a little bit better. Let's quickly just raise this up a little bit and keep this hidden. I don't want them, see, I'd love for them to be able to see the park and see what they're going to get into. But if this is the main entrance, I don't want them to be able to go this way, and I could maybe have a nice big pond area over here so they can kind of see it, but not actually access the rides before the entrance to the park where they have to pay to get in. So maybe if we... I actually like the idea of having a nice big pond throughout here, and maybe they can kind of just get a little tease. Let's grab our flattening tool and lower this a tiny bit more. This would be a nice little area to have a nice little pond as well. Kind of in throughout here. For some reason not deleting that. That's kind of funny. And I'll probably bring the mountain a little bit closer, maybe to even about there. So I think if our pond maybe comes to about here-ish, that should be pretty good. Let's fix this quick. Okay, let's grab a nice big brush here. I could probably even go a little bit deeper than that, honestly. Let's go a little bit further out like this. Just so it's got some nice depth. Obviously, I might want a railing just in this section here, so I think I'll maybe just delete that just to get a railing in there. And then if we could maybe bridge this across and have a nice pond area kind of in here just to about there. I don't want to go too far with it, and then I'm going to maybe have just in this section a nice big mountain kind of hovering over this. And then maybe behind it or in front of it, just along here, I'll have some shops, maybe some park passes, bathrooms, something like that. So let's maybe come back a little bit like this. And then maybe right at the entrance we could have like park passes, kind of about like right there. I definitely don't mind that. So let's flatten this out a tiny bit. Just right to about there. And then kind of just have our thing kind of right there. Let's grab our facilities. And maybe just our guest services for our park passes. Right about here. I think if we had 2 of them, that wouldn't be too bad. And maybe have them side by side like that. And let's keep an eye on our money. We have 40,000, so we've only spent about 10,000 so far. And obviously if we could get our park open as fast as we can, that would be ideal. So let's grab this and maybe just push this right up to here. Sort of like that. Let's bring it out a tiny bit more. Let's flatten this out just a tiny bit. Okay. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Push that back a tiny bit there as well. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with, let's maybe just bring this out a tiny bit. Rough it up, make it look a little bit more natural. And like I said, here I'd like to have a nice big mountain behind it, so I can maybe start that now, but we could probably get our water in there in the meantime. That is epic. Now for some reason, actually, let's maybe fix this now. Let's delete a couple of these. See, now they have supports, which is good. I think right up to about here, I'll have the railing. So let's get our turning tool and flatten this spot out as well. Just so they can make it kind of an actual supported bridge. Okay, now let's grab this, put some railings on it. Let's do add supports. Yes, we'll want supports. Let's do suspended. So let's see if we can kind of curve around here. There, now we got railings on there where we want. And there aren't any supports. Suspended. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm not actually sure how. Let me know in the comments if you guys know how to actually get the supports. I have it turned on, but it's just not seeming to work, and we had it there for a second. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and maybe you guys could let me know that. Let's push this back a tiny bit. That looks pretty cool, actually. Let's maybe bring this out a little bit. Make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think we could probably add our water in here. And give them a nice little view of this. Let's fix this a tiny bit. Just so it's not a flat edge. And then here we'll build a nice big mountain, but I think we probably add our water now. How high could we come up here? Right there. That's kind of perfect. Definitely don't mind that. But I think we'll raise this up a tiny bit first. And then we'll probably have our mountain coming out right to about here. And then give them a very thin kind of peak at the park here. Okay, that should be pretty good. Put our water down here. That should be a pretty good level. Nice and suspended. Yeah, that looks pretty good. What we could do is kind of floating a little bit here. Might have to fix that a little bit. Just give me a second here. There, it's kind of in there a little bit better now. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't notice that. Kind of puts some on the camera. Kind of cool. Okay. Now that we have that, let's finish this off. And I will quickly just build up a nice big mountain in here. For our grand centerpiece. Now let's lower this and kind of begin to form this. Let's maybe connect it to this one here. And then just on this side, let's raise this up a little bit as well. Keep it kind of hidden and then have that big wow factor once they reach the railing here. Our park kind of over here. Okay, now let's kind of start to sculpt this again. I always love using mountains as tools. It just kind of creates a... It just takes a flat kind of land like this and just makes it absolutely insane. Like, look at this. Obviously, we're not done. This is a little bit thin. Let's make it a little bit thicker here. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Just kind of noticed that as I was doing that. Okay, now let's kind of take a smaller brush. Let's make sure nobody can squeak through here. I think in this area we could probably have some more trees, so let's maybe take a little flattening tool and create some area for that. Let's delete a couple of these trees. And now let's maybe put in some of our own. Let's get some more temperate trees in here. Temperate park trees. Let's align to surface. Get some nice big ones in here. I might need to actually flatten this area a tiny bit more just to get some more in there. There you go. Really fill that in. Now let's get some temperate small plants. And this will kind of just fill it in with some nice flowers. Let's maybe get a little bit bigger of a brush in here. Add some color to the park. Never hurts anyone. Get rid of that, and then this one's kind of overhanging a tiny bit. Fix that one out a little bit as well. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let's maybe add a tiny bit more in here. A couple of rocks in here as well. Just kind of get some personality. Okay, that looks pretty good. Definitely add some more color. I'd like to maybe put some trees by guest services here as well if I can. So let's maybe just flatten it out. Oh, also, that's kind of covered up. So let's fix that. Kind of push into the mountain a little bit and then grab our push tool here. Make it a little bit flatter. Just so we can get some nice... Also, that is some major belly overhang there. Let's flatten this a little bit. Just makes it look a little bit more spacious. And natural. Obviously, you wouldn't have a rock kind of doing that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, we got the nice sunset in here. Look at that. Some beautiful lighting coming in here. I might have to change it pretty soon just to make sure we have some nice lighting for you guys. But look at this. You kind of come in here. You got some guest services. I could maybe put... I can make a little flat area here maybe for some shops. Buy some food as you're coming in. But let's put some plants in here if we can. Kind of something like that. See if we can get some more trees in here. Something like that. Just add a little bit of color. Okay, we got get services there. Obviously, we'll need a generator for all of this. So what we could do is have a generator kind of into the mountain in this little area. Let's grab our flattening tool here. And just make a little 6 meter. Just for our generator. Let's just kind of push in through there. And then maybe a little bit wider if we can. Actually, instead of doing that, I have another spot I'd like to put that maybe. Let's put it right here instead. So kind of right by these little plants that come through here. Let's grab our flattening tool and kind of just come through here. And then maybe if it zigzags through there a little bit. Obviously it's going to be very dark, so we'll have to push this up a little bit. Make sure somebody can actually walk in there. Let's turn our flashlight on for you guys. Just so you can get a see, and so I can see as well. We're in Minecraft mode now. Okay, so this is looking a little bit better. Let's flatten this kind of through here, through this way a little bit, and then we could put a little generator kind of in this little area. Let's make it nice and open. And then that somewhat kind of hides it in there. So let's make sure this is nice and flat. Don't want anybody falling in here. That looks pretty good. Let's maybe pull this in a tiny bit. Doesn't need to be that far. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see here. Facilities. Let's do custom. Let's get a generator in here. Oh, a generator, sorry. Just like that. And then let's snap one of those right next to it. Connect to that, and we now have power. Let's see here. Yeah, guest service is good there. We're probably even good here. But we'll just need to connect paths to kind of go that way. We don't want... Shoot, that's going to be costing us power right now. But I think we'll probably end up opening our park pretty soon here. So let's set this to 6. And do a staff only path. Just do that one, it's probably good. And we could probably get away without a railing. Let's just kind of do something like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe even put some nice tropical plants in here. Kind of just fill it in a little bit on the edges. Kind of in and behind it a little bit as well. And they'll have to bring their machete to get through all this. No, I'm kidding. I'll get rid of all this. A little bit excessive. That's actually a fire hazard. You definitely don't want that at our park. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Just adds a little bit of scenery in there. Sweet. Now let's change our lighting. Let's put this to... Let's do fixed sunlight at... maybe 1 o'clock? How's that look? I think that looks pretty good. We got our generator. That is good. Now let's maybe... I'm actually pretty happy with this. Like I said, I could maybe get some sort of area for some shops over here. And I think I'll probably have to delete our water here to do that. So let's grab this and kind of just swing it out like this a little bit. What do we need? Maybe one food place, one drink place, and maybe some bathrooms. That'd be pretty good over here, I think. Let's maybe flatten this area out a little bit. Maybe get a couple more trees in here. Okay, something like that. And I think this part will just push back just so it kind of stays open so you can see all of this. Yeah, this definitely seems like a nice little area for that. Let's push back this little mountain just so we can get some actual shops in there. Okay, now let's go to our facilities. What do we want to put here? We could do probably a bathroom to start. Let's get a bathroom. Maybe kind of tucked into it like that a little bit. I might have to adjust our mountain a little bit. So let's do that quickly. Make sure it actually fits in here. Maybe I could get some nice plants in here like that. Yeah, that definitely looks pretty good. Are we floating? I think it might be slightly floating. Let's grab this and kind of just fix that a little bit. That looks a little bit better. And I think we'll probably have to do that for all of this actually. So it's all high enough. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now that is pretty wide. I think we'll have to make this a little bit deeper here. Okay. What else do we want? We got our bathroom. And we're right next to the generator, so that's really good for us. Let's get maybe a burger shop or something. A nice pizza place actually would be Planet Coaster Pizza Pen. Can never go wrong. I think maybe let's do this. Let's make sure it works out perfectly. Let's put a pizza pen there. Let's put a drink stand. What do we want? Cosmic Cow, probably like a soda place would be pretty good here. And I could attach it right to there. Let's get a gift place. Splash, maybe not yet. Just a memento. Yeah, memento place right at the entrance. Whoa, it's freaking out. Just memento. I think they actually updated these to look a little bit different. They kind of got the signs on top there now. Maybe they did it before. I'm probably just going crazy, but okay, that looks pretty good. And then I can maybe put some little plants in here. Some nice tropical plants. Man, they are going crazy with that. They updated something. Yeah, I like that placement. Let's maybe just push it back a little bit and over. Okay, that looks good. This one, let's push into the mountain a tiny bit. Okay, sweet. Oh, this one's in the bathroom. Let's move that over. We could also add some bathrooms in here. Or not bathrooms, sorry. Some little benches. Maybe just do some regular old ones like this. Maybe one there. Right against the water looks pretty sketchy. I could probably put a nice bench right there with the garbage can there as well. There, and maybe something like that. Get a few benches in there. That might be a little bit overkill actually. Let's maybe put one right in the middle there and then get a garbage can to match all of those. Let's maybe put one. We can get some garbage cans throughout here. Okay, let's start kind of mapping out where our park is going to go. So we're basically on the edge of the map here. We'll definitely have to swing this way and kind of build most of our park in this area. And kind of like I talked about, having this the main kind of scenic point to kind of tease the park, make sure people actually pay to get in. So I think if our main path kind of came along here, and then maybe out to here and kind of have some crazy roller coasters that way. So let's get maybe a 12 foot wide path. And I don't think we might have to kind of do the same thing we did here. Let's grab a 4 and make sure it's the same one. Let's do this. We'll go railing free. Okay. So let's kind of just get this going this way. And then we can kind of merge into one big path. I think we kind of take our main path and go out this way. And then I can kind of just connect that path over here. In this main stage, I kind of like to keep everything kind of shops and stuff like that. So I think we could probably have some there for sure. Maybe swing it this way a little bit. That'd be a good start. And then let's take this and just connect it to here. And then we can kind of fill this in with trees like we have there. Obviously, it could be a little bit difficult because it likes to lay down those absolute massive ones. Let's go with that. Let's move this over a tiny bit to middle. Yeah, that should actually be pretty good. This one will move over a tiny bit as well. Maybe even this way a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now let's take this and maybe attach it. Now I don't know if there's a way to kind of take both of these. Fixed length. Let's maybe take this and have like kind of two main roads. And then this could kind of be, obviously we want to connect these a little bit as well. We can kind of have it like that, and then maybe something over here. Maybe some shops or something like that. And then let's also connect this to here. So let's just take this. Just connect that. Let's see if we can make that a little bit neater. And then let's also get a couple of these. I think maybe size 6. Maybe just connect there, and then over here we can also do a little connection. Something like that, and then we could have something really cool in here. Maybe even a nice little pond here as well. But I think here, let's take our brush here and sink down a little bit, and then we can kind of turn this into a little pond. Yeah, something like that. But definitely good. Let's try and rough this up a tiny bit. Okay, now let's take our water. See how high up we can come here. There we go. And then maybe if we take this all the way across, I'd almost like to even continue it on to here. Actually, I kind of like the way that was. Let's keep this little platform here, if we can. Then I can kind of use that as a platform for some kind of scenery. Let's see what we could place here. I kind of have an idea of what I want to put here. I just gotta find it here. This would be kind of cool. You can see that from a mile away. How does that look? It's definitely huge. I don't mind that. Kind of a big centerpiece. Let's move this over a tiny bit, make sure it's centered. And that should be pretty good. Let's lower it a tiny bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't mind that. Okay, let's take our water and get some water in here. Yeah, that should be pretty good. It's a decent amount of water. And let's try and do the same over here. Let's actually maybe take this all the way through over to this side. Let's take our terrain tool. And just through this middle part, I think. We'll take some water to the other side. Especially into here, and kind of create another kind of one of these. Even if it went all the way to the other side, that'd be kind of cool. But then people could hop in here, swim to the other side. I don't know. Don't want to read too much into it, but you never know what people can come up with. Maybe let's demolish this water for now. And I would kind of like to do that. Let's see if we can push into the other side here. Could also maybe take it that way. This high up. Because I kind of like to keep the bottom a little bit more green so the blue shows in a little bit better. Let's see how that looks. Over here, we'll kind of just flatten it. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's take our water. There we go. That looks nice. Now let's maybe lift this up a tiny bit on the edge. It's gonna give us issues, I think. And now let's take our water and redo it. See if we can find a nice height here. No, that's not bad. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher. Got a nice little tunnel going through there. I like that. Okay, now in this area, I mean, I don't want too much water. Let's see if we could put some kind of huge buildings or something, or even some shops in here wouldn't be a bad idea. I think right at the start here, let's have some bathrooms. So let's get some scenery, buildings, and let's go to facility shells. Oh, this would actually be cool. If we had just a massive resort building right at the beginning. That would kind of crowd it a little bit. So maybe let's have this. Maybe a little bit off like this. What does that kind of look like? Let's kind of keep this a little bit resort themed if we can. I definitely like this building. This would be a cool little, maybe a shop or something to go in here. Let's put that down. Let's go over to our facilities and maybe grab a custom one here. What would be cool here? We got some fruit on here. It looks like some kind of drink stand. So let's maybe get some sort of, what do we have here? Soda shop wouldn't be bad. Milkshakes. Oh yeah, definitely a juice shop. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's take this and move it maybe just a little bit this way. Okay, if we can get this right on the edge here. Looks pretty good right there. Right next to the water, it's kind of themed. It looks pretty good. Here we got our juice shop. Let's maybe see if we can get a couple more buildings here. I think if we could get this, we could get 2, and that fits absolutely perfect. So let's get that. We get 2 shops in there. So now here we could get chief beef or something like that. Hot dog squad would be cool.
Hot dog squad.
And then maybe, so we're to get a drink shop. We can maybe get a chief beef right next to that.
Tasty.
So now I can move this right here. I think that would be perfect right there. Okay, that looks good for sure. Now I think behind here I can maybe have a generator just for all of these. It's kind of cool. It's a little be sweet if we could see that driven around. But I think if we had a generator, maybe right here. I mean, it'd probably be loud enough that you wouldn't hear much. So let's maybe put that right behind there, and then one of these right next to it. We can connect those, and now we have power to that, so that's good. And let's also get a staff path running to that. And then just straight there. Okay, perfect. That definitely looks a lot better. What else could we kind of fill this up with? I would like to get one of these resort things if I can. And it would fit kind of right here. We can get a couple buildings right there actually as well. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What do the rest of these look like? It looks like we can get a couple buildings in there as well. What about this one? I definitely tend to like this one a little bit better. Let's get that maybe right there. It's a perfect spot for that. So actually, instead of this path here, I could probably have a little connecting path through there. So let's just delete this. And then grab this. I think it probably has to be a 4. but kind of go through here a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Don't mind that at all. And then I could probably put something else in here, maybe some trees to kind of hide that generator. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet actually. And now I can get some shops in here. What do we want to get here? So we already get a couple things for food, a drink stand, and we do have bathrooms, which is good. Maybe a gift shop or something would be cool. Just memento. I want to see some balloons in this park. So I think if we had a balloon stand. And then maybe... Oh, guest services we also need. Yeah, guest services. If we put that there. There, that's perfect. Now we got a guest services right next to a balloon place. That looks pretty good. So let's grab some, let's fill this in with some nice scenery if we can. So maybe some nice big rocks. Let's avoid paths and put it to the surface. Something like that, just to have some rocks to kind of split that up. And hide it a little bit more. So now we can get some nice big trees. Let's line to surface and avoid some paths. It's already looking a little bit better. These are kind of growing through the rock. I don't know how much I love that. Maybe just move this. And this one as well. I kind of liked it before. Just puts a little bit of sunlight through here. So I don't mind that. That definitely looks pretty good, and it kind of hides that generator as well. So I'm pretty happy with that entrance. Let's get a ride going here. Because we only have $21,000, and if we don't get a ride going soon, we won't be able to bring any people into our park. So let's maybe start out with a nice coaster. This is Coasterland after all. Now we do have these new ones that have got the new DLC. Oh, these are the Vintage Fun Fair DLC. I think most of these actually are. I don't have that one quite yet, but there are a few other ones that I think Volt, this one's new. And it costs $40,000. I can maybe get something a little bit smaller. These are crazy. Big M's rides, this is also new. $83,000. Let's take a look at this thing. That's pretty crazy. I think this one's just like super fast. It's the idea of that one. So let's grab a smaller one if we can. 16,000 Minder. That would be a perfect one to kind of start off with. Maybe even right here. Let's get some, actually fits perfectly in there. Boom, right there. I actually really like that for that spot. And that will allow us to get the ball rolling here. So let's test this out, make sure it's all good and safe. And then once that tested out, we can open up our park and start opening up shops, stuff like that. We'll also need a guest, or not guest services, staff services building. Staff building large. Let's see what we have for some blueprints. Are there any kind of set up for us already? Staff facilities large. If we're keeping it this kind of theme, I would like to have it. Like I can maybe tuck one back here. Staff facilities. Yeah, like I could totally tuck one back here a little bit. Behind the bathrooms. Let's maybe take our terrain tool and flatten this out a little bit more. Give us a little bit more room to put that there. Yet if we had a large one, that would kind of be ideal. Let's kind of make sure all that can fit. How does that look? A little bit squishy, but here, let's see if we can move this over a tiny bit. Let's move it that way just a little bit. That should be pretty good, honestly. And this is our new staff building. So let's make sure staff only can go to here. Just like that. And that is now open. I might have to open it. Yeah, it is open. Perfect. That leaves us with almost 4,000 left. And now I think we could open this up. Now that it's tested, what do we want to charge people for this? We could do, I usually like to check out what bargain pricing is. $5.12, that's not bad. And we could get a priority pass for that a little bit later. But for right now, I think that should be pretty good. That is now open. I think now we could open our park. And hopefully people start coming. Let's check this out. We got our buses rolling in, all parked nicely. Let's speed this up. I think we should get some people coming now. We are slowly losing money. Maybe let's just close these until we know. It's kind of cool that they hop through like that. Let's close these so we're not spending any unnecessary money. This hat place as well. Let's just leave guest services open, and even this one we could close, just to really minimize the amount of people that we're paying. I honestly think this might be the issue here, so I think I might have to draw in. I might have to draw in a big path. That might be the issue. Okay, that kind of creates that. So now I think, oh shoot, that's kind of messed up as well. I have to stamp build that in. Okay, that fixes that. Now, let's get a couple of paths here. Something like that. That gives us paths to there, and then we'll also need a path to connect from here to here. I think it kind of just doesn't love the gravel, is all. So now we should be able to do that. Let's see if they come now. Yeah, so now they're coming. So that kind of fixes it. If you guys are ever run into that issue, I kind of just solved it. Looks like a bunch of zombies coming in to attack. That's kind of wild. This will kind of still be our path coming in. They'll just have to hop the curb a little bit and gotta go into here, but that is fixed now. So that's good. We'll finally be able to have some guests. The other thing we could do is get some more garbage cans and stuff like that. Because something tells me these guys are going to be quite messy. So let's get some benches. To start off, let's maybe get a few in here. Maybe some benches along here. Maybe one right there. Few along here. I definitely want lots of benches. We're gonna have a ton of people, so. And then we have some over here. We don't have any over here yet. So I think if we had a bench, maybe right along there. One next to the bathrooms. One right next to there. Maybe I'll have a garbage can there. And then one there. Maybe one right in between there. So that looks pretty good. As far as over here, I don't really want... I mean, I'm gonna have to trust my people not to just dive right into the water, or it could be a little swimming pool if they brought their trunks. So let's maybe get a couple benches in here. I don't want to put any along here in case they fall back and drown. Let's maybe get a few more here. And then throughout here, I'll probably want a bench or two. Now let's throw down some garbage cans. Kind of put them wherever we have benches. Maybe let's put one on this side instead. One there. Yeah, that should be pretty good. We have this roller coaster open, and it looks like we already have some takers, so that's perfect. Let's just set this to, I think, any load, just so anybody can kind of go on there. And let's start collecting some money here. So now that all that is open, I think we could probably open up some of these shops. That bathroom's open, guest facility is open. And this will cost us some money, but hopefully we get it back pretty quick. And then over here, in our kind of first little food court before you enter in, I might want some benches for people to kind of sit. We have a few over here, but I think maybe some actual picnic tables would be a bad idea. I think just having some regular ones. They probably want to eat by this nice little area here. So I think if we had a few like this, put a few of these down. I might be getting a little bit close. Maybe put one on the end there. And then we could fill that in with some of this stuff. So I think just a regular. Could just get a regular picnic carousel. So let's get some of these in here. And then we could also change the color of these if we want. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'd like to maybe change the color of these. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'd like something in the middle here to kind of break this up. If we could put some kind of, maybe a little fountain or something like that. Let's see what we have for that. That's exactly what we're looking for, actually. That kind of just spins. I don't think we can afford it though. Yeah, it costs 2,400 bucks. We'll have to wait a little bit before then. Now we are actually losing money. Not enough people are going on there, so I think we'll maybe have to actually edit our ticket prices here for people to get in. Adult entry tickets, let's do $2. Child, I guess you can't adjust that. We might have to even get a loan, because it looks like everything's going down pretty fast. So let's quickly plot out the rest of our park here, so we can kind of start placing down some more roller coasters. So let's get this kind of going around the edge here. Let's get this right next to the water. I think that definitely looks pretty sweet. And then maybe kind of get going out this way. I could put a nice big roller coaster right in the middle here. So let's get a loan. Go over to loans here. Add a new loan. How much do we need? Maybe $20,000 to get something else? Maybe even 30,000. 20% interest rate. That's actually pretty crazy. Let's maybe do 60,000. And that should be decent. We should be able to get a nice big roller coaster. I want to go for one of these. Rampant, that was 83,000. Can't exactly get that. Volt would be good. Excitement 5.69. This one is just like the cream of the crop, but I think Volt would be pretty good. 5.81. The Gulpy Giant one. I think I've got that one multiple times, so let's maybe go for Volt here. This would be a cool roller coaster to kind of have right here. Or actually, I'd like to save a little bit of space for that. I think if we had one maybe over here, it wouldn't be too bad. So maybe let's delete a few of these trees. And also we'll have to get some scenery going on with this, because it doesn't look like too many people are coming to it. So let's maybe take our path here. I think that was like a 8. And let's get going out this way. And then let's get another roller coaster here. Also want to maybe start circling back to here. And maybe have something crazy in here as well, but I think we're on the outskirts of here. We got 62,000 to blow a hole in our pockets. Or that is blowing a hole in our, let's get Volt here maybe. This one's pretty crazy. Looks like all these trees are in the way maybe. The other thing is we might be a little bit too close to the edge here. So I might have to actually move this road a little bit. There, that kind of fits in there perfectly now. We'll need some power to that. And I guess we already have power to that, so that's definitely good. Let's get facilities, go to custom. Let's get a generator for this. I think if we had one specifically for this, maybe right about there. And then if we put this, let's make sure it sticks to the surface, connect there, and now we got some power. Okay. How much power do we need? I think that should be enough. Let's get this tested. This one's probably a pretty crazy ride. Let's get a staff path for that. Doesn't look like we're connected here, unfortunately. I think we kind of just have a path there, and then let's take this Q line. I think it's just a regular path, and we're getting even more people coming in now, so that's perfect. Doesn't have enough power to open. Okay, so I think, oh, we need some staff, don't we? So let's get a couple of janitors. And we'll also need a mechanic. We'll hire 2 mechanics. And what else could we get? We'll probably need a couple more vendors walking around, just so people aren't overworked. And maybe a couple of ride attendants. We got 2 rides now. That should be pretty good. We don't have any pools yet. This might be a nice little area for a nice pool or something like that. But for now, let's keep that the same. Guess this is a downside of this. It is broken down. Mechanic on route, so that's good. We'll get that stuff open pronto. In the meantime, I think we can open this up. Go to bargain ticket prices and set this to any load. Nice to have 2 big roller coasters now for people to ride. Boom, okay, we got that fixed. So that's really good. Got a staff building here. Let's maybe start doing some decorating. For in here, I'd like to have something cool. Be cool to have maybe some water in here, so let's do that. Gonna have some water out through here. That'd be just some nice decoration. Never go wrong with some water. And then I'd like to maybe have a statue or something in here, if I can. And then if I can kind of transform this a little bit, get all those on built, and then let's put some water through here. Let's make sure that this has something to stand on. We got a couple of floaters, hashtag floaters in the comments. Let's take this and just get a nice little platform just for this entrance here. Yeah, there we go. Make sure we keep the realism. So now we got some place for the water to go. I'd like to get some kind of nice little platform here for a statue or something. Right in the middle. Right about there. Maybe even a little bit closer. Kind of like that. Then we can get rid of all this. Yeah, what could we get? What do we have for some statues or anything like that? We already had one of these, I think. Something like this would be kind of cool. With some flowers, looks like it spins. Kind of get it like that. And then if I could, let's make this a little bit smaller. Kind of just around like that. Yeah, something like that should be pretty good. Now we could get some water in there, I think. Is that all we want to do for water? I could probably get a little bit more over here. The entire walk back from there, I want it to be all kind of water on the left side here, so that should be pretty good. Let's build this up a little bit, and I could probably do a nice big mountain right behind here coming off of this. I wouldn't hate that. But I think for here, let's just make it a little bit more intentional. Okay, that should be pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a nice big mountain behind here. That would kind of tie this in a little bit better. Got a nice big hill there. That looks pretty good. And I want to make sure this stays nice and open so they can see everything. Make sure people want to go on everything too. Because you can't go on a roller coaster until you can see it. Yeah, that looks decent. Let's lower this, and now let's add some character to this. Let's make sure this doesn't get too close. Okay. Now let's paint this in a little bit with some rough rock. Large strata rock. That's pretty cool. Do we have any just rough rock? Yeah, we got rough rock. Let's do that instead. This is the side of a mountain. I want this to be nice and rugged. Now let's put some water in here. Let's go right up to the edge of this if we can. Yeah, that looks good. This is basically a water park without being a water park. The other thing is we do have a decent amount of money now, so we could get this nice big fountain like we talked about. That one's really cool, or we could just get a little bit of a smaller one. I think the nice big one, if we can. What's this? That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's put this nice and central here. That kind of spins around like that. Now we got a park. This is looking really nice. Let's maybe figure out what else we could put in here. Got another little centerpiece here. I could put this like here or something like that. Or on the edge. Where could we put this? Or as people walk up maybe? Over here? Or even over here. We need more decoration at the very entrance here. Okay, that looks good. A little bit more decoration here. welcome to the park. Got a little bit of music at the start there as well. I think what we could do, let's get rid of this bench. And let's take our path and our drawing tool. And maybe just grab this, I think it's the wooden beam that we have. And let's do curve, turn style, suspended. Let's maybe just attach to here. And let's get a nice big area for people to walk out onto. Oh, of course we had the wrong one. Let's try this again. Yeah, there we go. Now it's white. That looks perfect. Got a nice little place where they can kind of see some stuff. I could maybe put something over here for decoration. First, let's put in some benches for our people. Here's some nice cool metal ones. One in the middle. One over there, a couple of garbage cans. That's not too bad. Let's put something here. We could even just get something cool. Go to our blueprints. Something that floats. That's pretty cool. I definitely don't mind that. Probably have to lower this a little bit though. Okay, that was pretty cool. Gives us at least something. And then I think we could probably even get something else cool here. We already have that one. Let's maybe layer it behind here a little bit. Something like that, and then we'll have to lower this a tiny bit as well. Yeah, that's something. That is something indeed. So we got 18,000. Let's speed this up a little bit. We are climbing, which is good. Obviously that debt will hurt us a little bit, but we do have a couple of good rides open here. I can maybe get a little bit more decoration here as well. A couple of trees right here wouldn't hurt. Let's maybe get some large palm trees or tropical ones. Let's get a few in there, and then I think something like that. This one will have to move this way, as well as this one. Just make sure it doesn't grow over that. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's put some smaller plants in here as well. Just kind of fill that area in. That's definitely looking a little bit better. Let's check the status of this. I think scenery rating 8%. Definitely not the best. We got some good scenery over here. We'll need some scenery actually in there, I think. So I can maybe put a couple more things Like maybe get a couple of trees in here or something like that. Get some nice big rocks in there. Maybe even a couple over here as well. Just to kind of add something. Then maybe put a couple more trees in here if I can. Got some palm trees there. Probably have to fix that. Give me a palm tree. A couple of trees on the edge there. Maybe even a couple over here as well. Yeah, that's decent. I don't know what the heck to do with this other than to see what it looks like when we ride it. Let's hop on here. Wait for the new guests to come on. And we're off. Let's check this thing out. This is one of the new roller coasters. I think it's called Volt. And it looks pretty fast, especially by the name of it. Oh my gosh. It kind of reminds me of the Velocicoaster at in Orlando. Kind of starts you off really fast like that. Lots of tight twists and turns. Oh my gosh. This would just be a classic fun roller coaster. You can't really be too scared of it. It's not doing anything absolutely insane, but it's just kind of fun. These are the ones I kind of love the most. And this one does look fun. Okay, let's figure out a way to decorate this one a little bit. I think we are still kind of floating with our money. We'll have to get a little bit more coming in though. So I think if we could, this one's already full. So honestly, what are we charging for this? $6? Let's do, I think premium will get rid of all our people that are about to ride it. So any load's pretty good. I don't mind this. The queue line is pretty long, so we could charge a little bit more. Let's see. Premium. Bargains, that's... Let's do premium. I think people should probably still ride that. The queue line isn't super long though, which makes it a little nervous. But I think people should ride it quite a bit. The other thing we could do... What do we have here? So cars, let's set this up. Let's just set this up. Let's close this for now. What are our cars kind of looking like? So we can only do 2 trains and 10 cars. So it's already maxed out, which is kind of what we want. So that's not bad. Let's open this back up. I think we'll have to test it again. Okay, now we can open that up. All those people are coming back. Okay, that's perfect. The other thing we could probably use is a drying station. Let's see what we have here. Let's do our blueprint, I think. Oh, I also need a workshop if we can. Let's maybe set this up over here. And then let's get a nice little path here for our staff only. Okay, there we go. Let's open that up, and now we'll start getting some research points, which will allow us to unlock more stuff. And let's also get a drying station if we can. Got our toilet. Yes, a drying station. That's what I'm looking for. Where do you want to put this? I could maybe put this... Yeah, right by the bathrooms here should be pretty good. Probably want to keep it a little bit tiki themed. So let's do... Go to buildings, go to this, and let's get just a single one, I think. Or no, we want a facility building. Yes, facilities medium. Okay, let's set that there. And now I think what we could do, let's take some bathrooms and put them here. If we have 2 bathrooms and then maybe 1 dry off center here. Let's go to custom toilets. Get some toilets. Get a bathroom there, duplicate and slide over here. Paths can't cross. Okay, perfect. Got our change room there now. Oh, not a change room, sorry. I want a drying, a body dryer, that's what we're looking for. I hopefully don't have any heat issues here. But that should work out. People are already using it. Let's charge an arm and leg for this thing. $2. See if people use it. People are not using it. Let's go back to $1. So they can dry off. Okay. And we probably could just duplicate this. As well as that. Let's duplicate that and have one maybe over here somewhere. Maybe even 2 of them. Looks like I'll probably get a lot of money for having these, so definitely wouldn't mind having a few of those. And then we could probably have a nice little... What could we put behind here? Maybe a few trees. We could also maybe, instead of putting that there, well, let's put that back actually. I like that there. Let's get something here. We can have a nice big something here. We can get just something here. What do we want to put here? Maybe another drink stand wouldn't be a terrible idea. So let's go to our facilities and over to our drinks. Let's see what we could get. We could get a milkshake, probably something like that would be kind of cool. We got a little donut in their mouth, so something along the sorts. Latte love, gulpy, juice, slush hour. That's what we're looking for. Let's get a slush hour. Might have to just move this a little bit. Okay, got a slush hour there now. Let's grab all of that and just move it kind of right there. That's a perfect spot for that actually. So now we got a slush hour opened up. It is raining a lot. This is like a monsoon. This reminds me on like Planet, or what do you call it, Jurassic World Evolution 2, when there's like tornadoes that you have to deal with. Yeah, that's kind of what this is reminding me of. And it is hurting business quite a bit. That's definitely not good. How are we doing here? Queue was full. Let's do premium prices of $8. That should probably get some people. Let's see. Man, the mechanic doesn't even want to ride it. Okay, people are turning this down, so I might have to lower the price a little bit. There we go. Now people are coming on. Let's get this looking a little bit better if we can. Like if we had a little mountain, let's do this. Let's do some cool stuff here. Let's build up a nice little mountain. The water looks so good in this game. Something for them to kind of go around like that. Just kind of goes right through, unfortunately. But something like that would look kind of cool. And then maybe a nice little pond area here. We could also have a nice big mountain kind of around the back of this, as well as some trees. But as far as this, I'd like to get a little pond area at the very start here. Kind of something like that. Maybe even coming into the main entrance here as well. Something like that, even just having some water kind of there. That'd look pretty cool. If we don't have enough water already. That just adds a little something to it. And then here, let's get some more little mountain areas. We kind of circle this in a little bit. Obviously, we'll have to fix some of this. Oh gosh, we're losing our track here. Okay, something like that. I wouldn't mind this kind of overhanging like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Got a little bit of trees back here. I can put some more back here as well. Let's maybe do that. I want to get some more temperate ones since this is a temperate map. Having some of these would look pretty good. Something like that. We'll have to fix that. I'll fix that in a second. Get a couple more trees in here. Just kind of fill this in a little bit. Do a little bit of a forest here. Maybe some smaller shrubs in here. Actually, what was it? There was some nice small plants. I think this might be it. Mediterranean. No, I don't love that. I like the little grassy areas here as well. Let's maybe get some, I guess, small plants. What does this look like? Let's take this mountain and kind of just go behind the coaster here a little bit. And it just blocks it in a little bit. And then we will have to fix this a little bit. So let's take this and move it all the way that way. And I think this one's kind of in the way a little bit as well. Okay, that fixes that. That looks a little bit better. We can get some smaller plants at the bottom here. Just to kind of fill this area in a little bit. Also just want a little bit extra color as well. Okay, how are we doing? I think we're losing money pretty fast. I think just for the sake of getting a little bit extra money, I wouldn't mind getting another, like, what do we have here? Mythology of the Cube. These are all vintage funfair, I think. Strike. I want something that's really fun, but also like Whirlpool wouldn't be too bad. That'll probably bring in a decent amount of money. $540's new. I wouldn't mind having like a little kind of shop park, not shop. I wouldn't mind having like a little fair area with some smaller rides. So let's maybe get a ride. Here we could have one. And then I think if we had a path kind of coming through here, maybe 8. Let's turn our railing off. Is that higher up? What are we on here? Suspended. Let's do automatic. That's probably why that was doing that. Kind of something like that. Then I can have another little flat ride in here just for money purposes. Maybe Whirlpool right here would be pretty cool. Or this one. It doesn't look like I can actually get that. Let's get Strike maybe. That one has really good excitement though. The other thing is we do have lots of research points. I think really quick, I wouldn't mind just getting some flat rides. Yeah, something like even these ones would look really good. Spinning flat rides. That'd be a good start. Let's check out what we got. Some really big ones here. Synchronize would be pretty cool. It's a nice small one. And we can put this one even right on the edge here. And we'll set all these up in a second here. But this is kind of our little fair area. And then I think even having another little size 4 little road there, or path. Then we can get a couple on either side of here. So we got 540. That's a pretty cool one, and we'll ride all of these. I'll make sure I get to show you guys all these. Iron Claw would be cool. Monsoon. That'd be pretty epic. I think if this one was right on the edge of there, we can kind of have the entrance and exit right there. Okay, that should be pretty cool. That's actually quite epic. I'd like to change the colors of this actually. Green and yellow are cool, but I think we could do a little bit better. So the carriage area, let's change the frames to maybe red. What would red maybe, or like a blue. Yeah, let's just do a nice blue for that. Blue and yellow is actually kind of cool. And then here, if we had blue as well, or maybe black, that's pretty cool. Let's do black there. And then this frame, I could maybe do like a, whoa, it's like a gradient. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Let's do like a yellow to the purple. Or what about like a red? Yeah, that's a little bit cooler. Carriage area, let's do our blue. And we will be able to go a little bit closer here. Let's change this to a blue. And the seats will make maybe, I'm hesitant to go black because then that'll just burn their butts. Maybe a nice white would be kind of cool. Then that would show stains, which wouldn't be great. Maybe let's do like that nice purple. Or a lighter blue. Maybe a light gray. That's pretty cool. The stage will do blue. Maybe even red. And then the backs, we can go black. Or white. Let's do that. That's pretty cool. I like the colors there. And then the very top, do we change that color? Yeah, there we go. This one will just make white to kind of match that, or maybe even blue. Just for that, okay, that's pretty cool. How are we doing here? I think we'll need power to these, obviously. And I'll probably have a dedicated generator for each one of them, if I can. Oh, we got a balloon, ladies and gentlemen. That's sad. Balloon gone. That's the first one, okay. I'd like to open some of these up as fast as I can, but I think before we do that, let's get one more cool one. I think Resurgence, that's 5,000. Skywatcher. I think Resurgence would probably be cool. A nice tall one. That'd be pretty sweet. Okay, let's set these up. Starting with this one, let's place an entrance. I think maybe having entrance. Most people are coming over here for rides, so that's kind of where I'd like to focus on the entrance being. Maybe here. And then the exit right next to it. Kind of coming that way. So let's connect a path here. Let's just do a nice wooden one, or let's maybe match the theme here. We could do a arrow. What do we want to do? No, maybe let's just do a nice wooden one. Let's kind of zigzag back here a little bit. Something like that. And then our exit, we'll just do a nice straight path like that. Let's open that one up. Let's start getting some money here. Let's go bargain pricing, $17. People will probably ride that, to be honest. We'll do any load. Yeah, people are paying. See, these smaller rides are just a cash grab. They do so well. So we'll do any load on that. And let's also get some generators going here. These are going to be great for getting us a little bit extra money. I know I call this the coaster land, but I mean, you can't really pass up on these really good opportunities for having these kinds of rides. So let's maybe have a generator in between here. For that, and then we'll also need a couple over here. So let's get a staff path for that. Keep that in order, and then we'll also need a generator over here. I could probably put one over here, kind of tucked around the corner. That gets us power for those. It's kind of nice too, I've kind of learned as playing this game, you sort of want to have all of your generators separate from each ride. Like if you only have 2 rides per generator, that's usually better. Otherwise, they kind of suck power. As you can kind of see here, it only has 120 power available. And the more rides you have on there, if I can kind of show you here, this one requires 44 power usage. So you can kind of see how you want to separate it a little bit with that. Let's get the rest of these kind of set up. Let's place an entrance here. I could maybe have an entrance. Let's actually maybe spin this. Actually, I don't know if I can. We'll just leave that where it is. This is kind of where the operator is. Let's get an entrance right next to that. And then maybe an exit going into this area here. So let's connect this path. Kind of get it going up like this. Kind of get that to be our entrance there, and then our exit. We just have a nice path here. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Now I think I can open this one up. Let's set this to bargain pricing. $9, not as premium as this one, but it is new. Let's check this thing out. Like, look at this. That's insane. You kind of stand and you're connected like that. And it just spins you around and basically tries to kill you. Kind of what you want. So that's open now. Got lots of different rides. I'll set up the rest of these. Place an entrance. I think maybe having the entrance kind of facing in like this to catch the exits of all those would be ideal. And then maybe the exit just coming off the backside. Let's get a nice winding path here. Let's get this one as long as we can. Kind of zigzagging through here. And then our exit will get coming off the back side of that. Like I said, these rides are absolutely amazing for making money. Set that to bargain pricing. Any load. And then we'll get some nice decorations on these to make sure their park rating is really good. This is our big one. So this one will probably have our entrance kind of in this little area. Like that, and then our exit we'll have right on the end. Kind of something like that. That's a decent big enough queue line. And this one, let's just get straight back like that. Open that one up as well. Okay, now we got a nice variety of rides to choose from. Let's do some decorating. And we could even maybe do some advertising for all these, but look, we have lots of riders on these now. Let's get some scenery here, if we can. Do we have any resort kind of aquatic jetty? We could get something like... a nice centerpiece like this would be kind of cool. Where can we put this? It's got to be a nice area we can put this. Oh, that splashes into water. That's kind of cool. I could put this right on the edge like that. Or over here. I don't mind that. It's kind of cool. And then maybe even a water one. Maybe not. That might be a lot. Maybe one of these things right there. And then we could probably fill this in with a little bit of trees, but I still want people to be able to see all this. And then having this kind of here, signifying, hey, this is our little fair area. Come check it all out. And then if we get one on this side as well. It's kind of cool. What else could we get here? Maybe a fountain of some sort. Right there. Definitely makes it a little bit more themed. And maybe a couple of resort buildings as well would be kind of cool. Like this thing there. Actually, what do we have for archways? We could get a cool little archway in here. That'd be pretty sweet. I already used that one. Oh, this is sweet. Okay, I changed my mind. Let's delete this for now. I want to throw this down somewhere. And I can move where my let's do something like that. That's epic. That's really cool. And now I can move this. I might have to demolish this. I guess the only issue is where do I put this? I guess to right there. Right underneath there. Okay, now we'll get a staff path and just kind of connect it right to there. That should be good enough. And then maybe get some trees back here. Kind of just blocks that up a little bit. That's beautiful. Where else could we get a couple of trees? Maybe a few back here. Just to kind of connect that in a little bit. And a few over here, I wouldn't mind. Ah, those will get in the way. Let's leave that. I think we could probably put a few over here. Couple in here. I still want people to kind of come through here and be able to see all these cool rides. If we can. Let's maybe get a couple of trees here. And a little bit of water here would look pretty cool. It's all coming together. It is all coming together, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and let's maybe, yeah, let's leave that. Put a tiny bit of water in here. Come on. That's gonna flood the entire park. Yep. That's all I want. Just want a tiny bit of water. Okay, there we go. That just adds a little bit of water, a little bit of something. Yeah, now our park rating and everything's kind of climbing, which is nice to see. And I wouldn't mind getting a couple more trees just for shade for these people. They'd probably get, or actually maybe even a couple of, let's see, large tree. So let's avoid paths and see what we can get here, if anything. So I actually do like that. I'm just gonna maybe make it a little bit smaller, just so it doesn't block that. I don't mind that. Looks pretty cool. And then maybe a couple of trees along here. There, a little bit of shade for them. Don't mind that at all. That's actually perfect. This looks a little bit bland in here. I wouldn't mind putting a couple of trees if I can. Or maybe even just some small plants. Just to kind of block this in and break it up. Get some bigger trees. That one's probably, yeah, it's definitely too big. That's probably fine actually. And then in this front area, I could probably get a little bit more water actually. Kind of just throw it here. A little bit of water in front there. And that would just be the cherry on top. I get a little bit higher. That's about what it is on the other side. Okay, that's pretty cool. Wow, I'm actually really happy with the way that turned out. I could probably get a little bit more shrubs in here, if possible, or maybe some large rocks. This one I'll make a little bit smaller. And maybe turn this a little bit so it's not poking them in the eyes. Maybe get a tree in there to kind of break it up a little bit more. Okay, I think that should be pretty good. This is crazy. I love the way this is looking so far. Got our two big roller coasters over here. I'd love to decorate this a little bit more if we can. Over here, I already have a thing in mind for that actually. Something like this. That kind of fits in there nicely. And then if I could get some other kind of little decorations in here as well. Something I don't have yet. I got rid of this one, the Planet Coaster centerpiece, which I wouldn't mind putting somewhere if I can. Maybe here, just to kind of complete this side. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now we're making some pretty good money, which I'm very happy with. Now let's check this out. Water roller coasters, they're whatever. Let's get to the big boys, the chain lifts. These are crazy ones. This is where we're gonna make our money. So we have some crazy coasters now, and $27,000. We probably could wait till we get a little bit more money. What did we just get? Let's filter by... I guess nothing really. Rampant, I would love to get this one. This water one's pretty cool, Volt, and I think we just got this one, Soar. So Excitement is really good, and it only costs $36,000. Let's check this thing out. That is definitely probably our centerpiece that we want to put right here. I guess the only issue is our entrance would have to be kind of over there. That is probably the biggest roller coaster in the game. So that's pretty ideal. Animal. See, this one's only 24,000 actually. This would be a good one to get. It's got really good ratings. 6.67 excitement, which isn't your crazy Soarer one, but it's actually really good for how much it costs. Twin loops. This one would be pretty good actually. It's got some loops in it. That would definitely be a good one to have. Twin loops. Splintery. This one's only 19,000. Twin loops would be good. I definitely want to save this for when we get this huge one. It's 36,000. We're almost there. That would be a really good one to have right here. So let's check this out. Let's make sure everyone's pretty happy. I haven't had a notification in a while. Let's check our heat maps. So our guest experience, we got... Ooh, all these people are mad. What are these guys? They're hungry. I guess they might have been in a line for a long time. Is this even... What's going on with this? This one might be broken down, actually. That's probably why. They're all, Holy! Those are all people in line. That's a little nuts. I might have to make this line bigger somehow. I just don't know if I can. I might have to do premium pricing. Any load. This thing just doesn't even have cars. I don't know what happened. Let's close this and then reopen it again and see what happens here. Okay, people are coming on now. Let's see if they ride it. I think I might have fixed it. This roller coaster seems to be working really good. And I'm actually flying through the people pretty quick. 67% scenery rating, so that's not bad at all. Yeah, people are on. It seems to be running pretty smoothly now, so that's good. I think people are just really mad that they couldn't ride, but it seems to be going pretty good now. There we go. Hopefully they get off, exit there. Okay, perfect. And this is kind of the entrance and exit for workers. Yeah, it seems to be working really good now. What are we charging people to ride this beautiful, beautiful coaster? $9. And I think over here we were charging $13, which isn't bad. So we're making pretty good money now. We have $57,000 now. So that is amazing. Now I think we could probably get our soarer. $36,000. Let's put this kind of over here. I need a lot of space for this ride. I might even need to get rid of this. Seems to be in the way a little bit. Just kind of absolutely massive. And it doesn't have to be right on like that. This one will actually probably require even more space for our entrance. So if we kind of move it back a little bit like that. That's probably ideal, to be honest. So that's good. Let's get this path and let's get it going a little bit further. That's actually a pretty big queue line. I'm not worried about that a whole lot, but I think if we just did a little bit of like that, and then our exit line we'll just kind of put there. We'll need a generator for this, obviously, so let's get one of those. Actually, how much power does this take? 77, so I think just one generator should be good just for this. This one isn't good enough for both, which is fine. I think if we had another generator here, and then another one of these right next to it. Kind of connect those up. Okay, now we got enough for that. Let's test this thing out. This thing is absolutely huge. This is exactly what I was talking about. Coming through here, you see a absolutely massive roller coaster through here. It's a little bit of a tease. That looks pretty epic. We'll get some people over here. In the meantime, we have lost another balloon. It doesn't look too sad about it, I guess. Let's put some park benches and stuff like that down. do some more of these wooden ones. So we kind of have, we put one right there, maybe one under the tree like that, one right on the edge there, one right by there. Maybe a few in here. Don't want to get too crazy. Put a few in there, and we'll also need a couple more garbage cans. Make sure we have lots of those, and then we'll probably need some benches over here as well. Now let's place down some garbage cans. Kind of help out our janitors a little bit. One more here. Okay, that should definitely help out. We got a janitor there. I think they're doing a decent job of cleaning all that. I think we're glitched here again, ladies and gentlemen, so I don't know if I'll be able to kind of keep this going. Everyone who wants to go on it looks really old. How is it old? I just built it. Let's check this out. Go to our staff. Is everyone pretty happy? I think everyone's decently happy. I might need some more ride attendants to kind of switch out with these guys. So let's get a couple more staff here. Some ride attendants. Let's just kind of place a few throughout here. A few of those, and then maybe a couple more vendors. Keep everyone a little bit more happy. And then we probably want some of these guys as well. Let's get this shark guy. Maybe a cookie guy. Definitely can't go wrong in having one of these guys walking around. Okay, that should help out. Maybe Dinosaur Man. Kind of walking around here. Very nice. Okay, now having a nice big queue line is definitely going to help us out here. The other thing is, okay, we got one on there. I think let's make sure we have maximum amount of. So cars, we can actually get 3 trains. So let's do that and then max out our cars as well. That would probably help out. So let's test that out. Make sure it works out nicely. Okay, now we should be able to open that up. Set it to bargain again. Okay, that should be better. Get as many people on there as we can. Now this path, we could probably swing it kind of coming around here. This is our main centerpiece, and obviously let's get some terrain going here. So let's lower this a little bit. And start making it look nice. Water seems to be the theme for this park. But you can never go wrong with water, honestly. It always looks really good. Think of every nice park you've ever been to. Did it have water everywhere? No, because it wasn't this park. Or every, yeah. A little bit of water in there. See, if you think of every nice park you've ever been to, did it have water? Yeah, probably. So that's kind of why I like to have water. Let's get some in here. If we can. Actually, with this terrain, let's push this back a tiny bit. There we go. That helps with the overall aesthetic for sure. And then this is pretty bare. Obviously we have Soarer here. I could probably put another little arch here maybe. Go to blueprints. Arches. Let's see what we have here. Maybe something like this. The Heyo guy. No, let's leave that for now. I definitely like the way that looks anyway. It's just so hard. Like, this is a massive, massive roller coaster, and to decorate is kind of difficult. We'll do our best though. Let's see here. Could get some cool little rocks like this or something. Kind of set them up as a nice little. Maybe put this one over here. Like that. Sing a little bit of a song. What else could we get here? Maybe another big building would be kind of cool. What do we have? Maybe a resort or something like that. Which one do we have? Got that green one. This is kind of the same theme. Let's make sure this is in a good line here. Right there should be pretty good. You can even get a couple of little shops in here as well. Okay, that should be pretty good. It's got a nice staff path coming through here. Kind of like that, and then we can get a generator here. Okay, we finally solved that problem. It was just floating a little bit, that's all. Okay, perfect. Now we can get some facilities in here. I think we had a soda shop.
Soda.
Okay, kind of get that set up there. And now if we can, now this is a big if. It's always difficult getting buildings here. Let's get a soda shop in here.
Delightful.
Okay, I think I may have figured it out. There we go. That's a little bit better. Now we can open these up. Open that up as well. Perfect. Okay, now let's get some, go to custom. Let's get some path stuff here. Let's get some garbage cans. Let's get some nice fancy benches here. Maybe one in the middle. Save some room for some garbage cans. Okay. That's exactly what I wanted. Bring some people over here to this big roller coaster. And get some more people this way. So let's get some garbage cans here. And then I wouldn't mind having a little bit of a... It'd be kind of cool to have even some more shops in here. And then a little bit of a eating area, maybe. I have an idea. Raise this up a tiny bit. And if we create a little bit of a kind of a food court picnic area in here, kind of tucked in there. That'd be kind of cool. So let's grab our road tool and draw that in. Let's get it going kind of this way a little bit. Get it kind of just going a little bit out this. We don't need it to be huge, but I don't want it to be small either. Go to our edit tool, see if we can, yeah, it fixes that a little bit. Now we can get a little bit of a food court in here. So let's get some picnic benches, maybe some cool metal ones to melt our bums on, I think. Quite a big one would be kind of ideal. Let's keep them spaced out a decent amount if we can. Let's take our terrain tool here, or this tool. Let's create a nice little, nothing crazy, but big enough for a little food court. Let's create a little bit of a food court. See if we can kind of fix this up a little bit. Okay, that seems to have fixed that a little bit. Now we can get some little picnic benches. Let's go with the metal ones and kinda, let's maybe start in the middle and then kind of work our way out. Yeah, it definitely looks pretty good. And now if we can get some nice little umbrellas for this, maybe some nice picnic carousel ones. Those look kind of cool actually. I don't know how much it does for blocking the sun, but I suppose it's better than nothing. I was kind of dumb in my first episode when I did this. I put these on top of the table like this. I'm sorry. If you had to witness that, I am terribly sorry. Yeah, these are looking nice. And then I'll get some garbages in this area as well. Okay, cool. Pretty uniform, looking nice. Let's get some more shops if we can. So maybe let's even take our terrain tool again and really just flatten this area out as much as we can. We've made a lot of money and we're at 134,000, so we definitely shouldn't have had any issues paying off that debt. Just in case, let's make sure we have paid it off. Go to finances, loans. Let's pay off that loan in full. There we go. No more debt for us. Okay, what else do we want to get? We got 30,000 research points we could do. We could get some more alternative lift coasters. Suspended coasters, those would be cool. Launched coasters. Yeah, there's definitely a ton here. Get 11,000 more. We could do, I usually prefer wooden coasters over water coasters. Let's see what these looks like. There's a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm realizing there's like, these would probably be like $200,000 for all these. They're kind of crazy. So hopefully we get more research points coming in. Let's see if we can even got there. What's the most expensive one? Still rampant, big M's. And I still want to get that. We got 83,000. We could get that maybe over here or something like that, or even tucked in here. That'd be a nice little spot, kind of tucked in behind that. I don't know if it'd be too loud for our people with that, but I can kind of block it off. So we'll see what happens. I could get a couple more facilities here. So let's go to our blueprints and get, what do we want? Maybe Viva La Vegan would be cool here. And then maybe some bathrooms attached to here. What else do we want to get? A couple of food places. This is going to be our main kind of food court area. Pizza pen wouldn't be bad. Intersecting terrain. Gonna build that in like that. I might have to flatten all of this out a little bit more. That's a little bit better. Now they're not floating anymore. Let's get hot dog squad. There we go. Now they're fitting in nicely. Pizza pen wouldn't be bad here. And a sushi place, why not? Without it absolutely freaking out. And then maybe get some... Let's see what we have for scenery. Let's put a nice statue right in the middle here to kind of split all this up. Let's go to our blueprints. A nice skinny tall statue. Is that cool? Not really for our theme. This is cool. That would certainly split it up. Okay, I like that. Kind of a nice little building. I don't know what it's for. I mean, gotta be for something, but let's do a sushi place here. Right on the other side of that, and then maybe a couple more. A couple of drink places. A gulpy. Milkshake place wouldn't be a bad idea either. Okay, that's pretty uniform. That looks pretty sweet actually. Let's get some bathrooms as well. Maybe even a couple of just memento would be kind of cool to put somewhere. I could maybe put this right on the edge here, but it would kind of mess this up, so we'll leave that for now. Let's get a bathroom. Maybe just kind of tucked in behind here. Maybe off to the side a little bit. Bathroom there, maybe even a couple of them. Couple bathrooms there. Let's open these up. The best way to draw people over is to kind of open up these shops, and then that allow you to build some more roller coasters kind of this way, and then that'll get everybody kind of shifting this way. Another thing we could do is if we go to here, attractions and shops, you can do some advertising for coaster lovers, and obviously that will be amazing for us. So let's do 10,000 cost per hour. And flat rides, we could even do one. Oh, you can only have one at a time. So let's do that. And that'll probably cost us a lot, but it will get a lot more people coming in. And another thing we could do is get another path kind of coming out this way. And then that maybe kind of loops around back to here. So let's maybe just set that up. Let's get this kind of coming out like this. And then looping around. Actually, I wouldn't mind it even kind of going right underneath all of this. Kind of looks a little bit better. And then around this. And then kind of back to here. I definitely don't mind that. Let's take our terrain tool and just kind of close this in a tiny bit. Still want to give our guests a little bit of privacy from people who aren't actually part of the park. So if we kind of build this up a little bit. Something like that, and then maybe get a couple of trees in here. Tropical trees wouldn't be a bad idea. Couple over here. Looks a little bit better. Probably get a couple of trees over here. I still want the sunlight to kind of come in here. This actually looks really nice. So let's just fill this in a little bit with some other plants. Kind of get it going that way a little bit. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Leave a little bit of grass as well. Okay. I guess we'll need a janitor over here as well. Or two. Maybe one over there. Got a couple more garbage cans throughout here. Let's go custom, park extras, and hit up our garbage cans. So maybe if we have one kind of just over here, one by the bathrooms, one there. Maybe one as you walk out. It's going to be lots of garbage over here, so I want to make sure they're well prepared. Let's maybe get one here. And in between here as well. And then maybe even a nice bench over here as well. Okay, that looks nice. As far as another roller coaster goes, I could get one kind of behind in here. But this seems like a nice little area for one as well. So let's see, we got 153,000. Definitely really nice. What other resource points do we have? Launched coasters. These ones are kind of cool. 154,000. What is the most expensive one? Let's just check these out for a second. I haven't seen most of these. Tidal roll, that one looks pretty cool. This one's pretty crazy. It literally just goes straight up at one point. Then this one we could actually even get kind of tucked in like that of where the entrance is. Let's get that one. That's pretty sweet, actually. That's really cool. Let's get this connected. And then this path will also connect. This might need to have a little bit more lineup. Something like that. I think we even have enough power for this one, so let's just test this out. This one's crazy. What's the rating? Ascent. So this one was this one. So it has 8.28 excitement, 5.61 fear, and nausea is even actually pretty low. So that's definitely what you're going for when you want a roller coaster. So that's pretty crazy. So let's open this one up and charge a premium price. So trains will do 3 and then 9 cars per train. And obviously that needs more power. So let's go any load. And we'll need a generator for this. I think if we just had even another generator kind of. Something like that. That should be enough power. So now we can test that out and then open that up as well. Obviously, this is less than ideal. So let's delete a couple of these trees. I think the rest of those are pretty okay. This one's pretty crazy. Goes straight up, straight down. That's wild. You get lots of speed on that, I bet. This one seems to be working good now. It was kind of glitched out before, but it seems to be working good now, so that's perfect. A couple of toilets are dirty, and I'm gonna check out my heat maps pretty soon here once I open this one up. This one seems to be glitched. Interesting. Let's just do 2 cars. I think it was kind of had some issues. So just 2 cars might be pretty good. Okay, now I should be able to open that up. Set it to bargain. Any load should be good. And now hopefully lots of people will come this way. There's not a crazy amount of people coming to this ride, which I don't love. It's on bargain. Yeah, it should be all right. I maybe just need more people to come to the park somehow. Unique attractions. Okay, so you need 2 more attractions for the next star. That makes sense. Okay. So this is pretty wild. Roller coaster here. And this definitely looks like a roller coaster land. I mean, even if you look, you see 2 massive roller coasters in the distance. That is lovely. Okay, let's check our heat maps really quick. Guest experience, lots of red, which is not good. I think lots of wait times. Are these, they all have to pee or something? They want more food, pee breaks. Yeah, so having more bathrooms everywhere wouldn't be a bad idea. Yes, tolerance, panic, nausea, ride height, ride speed. I think staff morale is pretty good. Power. I need to cover these a little bit. Maybe with some just tropical trees. Just get a few trees throughout here. Maybe a few over here as well. And the other thing I could do is just take our terrain tool and just build a little bit of a thing here. Just so people can't see it as much. Let's do a little bit of a arch here, just for that. Okay, let's maybe get... These are kind of off in the middle of nowhere. We probably need a few more bathrooms, is what my guess would be. So let's maybe get a bathroom here. Maybe one more over here. Can't have too many bathrooms. One kind of tucked in here wouldn't be bad. And then what else do we want? That should be pretty good. This is kind of annoying that the game just lets this happen. But I'm sure we'll work out those kinks sooner or later. Having a few more shops here wouldn't be terrible. Or maybe even right along here. It says people are pretty hungry, so I think if we had maybe like a hot dog squad. And then maybe a chief beef as well. A couple of those, just kind of spread them out a little bit. This is a lot of businesses to have over here with not much to do. Or not many people coming this way. And obviously we'll get more people pretty soon. I could probably have another little flat ride here, maybe. What other flat rides could we get? Special flat rides, wheel flat rides. Few of them. Teacups is a no-go. Let's just do custom ones. What do we have here? I think I have most of these. Upswing would be pretty cool. Tiny eye. Even a nice Ferris wheel here wouldn't be too bad. Bump and derby. Ooh, bumper cars. Okay, let's do that. Maybe right there. Let's place an entrance. Let's go there, and then exit we'll just place right there. We'll maybe put a railing on it. Okay, very nice. Let's open this one up. We just need more rides, because then the more rides we have, we'll get more stars. Bumper cars. That's kind of sweet. Okay. Hopefully people come and ride those. Might have a couple of takers here. And maybe even having a few more roller coasters. This is the one I've kind of been waiting to get, Rampant. It costs the most. I don't know if that means it's better or not, but we will certainly find out. Let's get this one, Rampant. Gonna put it right there. Let's get a generator for that. Maybe kind of tucked into here wouldn't be terrible. And then it's somewhat centralized. Okay. Is that enough power, or does it even reach? That doesn't even reach. So let's maybe have its own dedicated one. Instead, I think we had it kind of under here. How much does this require? 153 power. Okay, so we might need a couple of generators. Let's get a staff path here. And then maybe another generator as well. Okay, that should be enough power. Now we'll just need to connect to this. Just like that. If you guys ever want to do that, you can just double left click on that. It'll open up that, and then you can kind of just create whatever path you want. Same like that. That kind of makes sense. So that should be good. Let's test this out. Oh, it like spins while you do it too. That's kind of crazy. That's insane. Nice big twisty at the end. I should be able to charge quite a bit for this one. Now let's do any load on that. Let's focus on some decorating here. First and foremost, probably get some of our mountains going here, especially with these ones. Yeah, so let's do a nice big mountain over here that kind of bridges across to this side. Would be kind of cool. Nice and tall. People are starting to come over here, which is good. Kind of what we want. Bridge all the way to the other side. That's a little bit wild. Let's get a little lower to the ground here if we can. It's a little bit better. I definitely want a nice huge boulder here. Okay, now let's continue this around here. Kind of just box this in. I still want them to be able to see this roller coaster over here, but I think just having a little bit of texture on the ground would help us out a little bit. With aesthetics, maybe a nice little overhanging cliff here. Just a little bit of decoration here. Okay, that looks pretty good. As far as here, I could probably sink this in a little bit and then do a nice big pond area right in the middle here. Probably have to go even further down than that. Gonna just continue around here like this, and then if I can, maybe get a nice little statue in the middle there. Would be a nice little area. Put something like that. Just flatten this area out a tiny bit. As far as this, I might need this to actually be a little bit wider if I'm gonna put something on there. So let's see what we have for scenery. Let's go over to blueprints, see what we have. Aquatic building. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe like a little scene or something like that. That's kind of cool. And then surround it with water. Let's see, I think we should be the right height here. Okay. I don't mind that. That looks pretty cool. Definitely adds something. And I could probably even get a little bit of water in here as well. Got a couple of things to take care of. Rampant has broken down. Somebody should be taking care of that pretty soon. We got a few. Actually, let's maybe hire a couple more mechanics. Rampant. That should be pretty good. I think staff is fairly happy. Let's make sure they are. Yeah, they're all decently happy, everything for the most part. We have a lot of staff. Wow. We might even want another staff building somewhere. Where could we put another one of those? Kind of tucked away somewhere. Back in here, maybe? Let's do a large one. Kind of tucked away back here. And it needs some power, so right there should be alright. Kind of something like that. A lot of this stuff is breaking down, I think because generators are struggling. And where is another one? One there. Power, we got another generator here, which needs some servicing. Okay, that should be pretty good. And then all of these will need some servicing as well. Okay. Get that stuff fixed up. We already got power and all that stuff, so that's good. As far as in here, yes, I kind of started this. Kind of forgot what I was doing for a second. Let's flatten this out. Get a little bit of water kind of in this area. And then maybe even going underneath through here. Just kind of brightens it up a little bit, if anything. There we go, and then we could add a couple of trees throughout here. Kind of just brighten this up a little bit. Just gonna get a few going up through here. On there, make sure all of these aren't in the way. Track. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This one might be in the way a tiny bit. Made 200 grand. What a month. Okay, I don't want this to be covered. Let's maybe delete that. That already looks a lot better. And then maybe let's get a few smaller trees in here. Kind of just fill this in a little bit. Especially in between here. Okay, beautiful. This ride is decently decorated. Obviously, it could have a little bit more. Let's maybe get some nice big rocks in here. Let's maybe get some smaller ones kind of on the side there. Maybe a few over here. Okay, looking not bad. Rocks on the side of there. Okay, this is looking really nice. I could maybe put another roller coaster in here. What do we have? We got 18,000 resource points. I want more roller coasters. We got wing ones. Those look pretty epic. I think I need this one first though. Okay. Some water coasters, some special coasters. There's lots of cool stuff here. Definitely a ton of sweet things for us to get. Brink looks pretty cool. What does this one look like? A nice small little roller coaster. We could probably get a couple of little smaller ones throughout here. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. Maybe get a few kind of like that. That would definitely maximize space. Whoa, what does this do? I want to see the way... Let's test this out, because this is broken off here. What does it do? Whoa, it's like a... Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. And then it tilts you up, and then straight down onto that. That's sweet. That's very cool. Okay, that's being tested. So let's get some power to this. Let's do custom. And maybe just have it kind of just underneath here. Right there or something. Connect to there, and then let's get a staff path. Kind of just connect it through here. That should be enough for that. Let's test it out. It looks like you can just open it, which is nice. Let's do any load. This might be my favorite roller coaster. It does got some crazy stuff. And then I could probably get another small one in here, which would be perfect. So let's see if there's any other kind of small ones. High peaks. Oh, that's kind of cool. What does that look like? It's definitely busy. I don't know if I love it. Let's see what else there is. Dragon strip. This one's cool. Beast Hunter. Got a couple of little loops. High G Racer. This one looks like it'd be quick. I don't know if it fits there though. Let's do Artemis. This one's really narrow, which I kind of like. Kind of goes all the way back there. What I could probably do actually, I could probably get a few roller coasters in here. You get one there and then maybe tuck in one more in here. If there's something that would fit. Let's grab this and kind of swing this back. Kind of just attach it there, this path. Let's just attach it right there. This one will get its own generator as well. As far as where the heck this could go, maybe kind of right there. That should be enough. Let's test that bad boy and set our money to bargain, which is 0. I don't know if that's going to cut it, but that should be decent. And let's get some staff only path here. Okay. Now we should be able to put some maintenance on that. This one, let's kind of just, we'll probably open this actually. Yeah, $11, that's pretty good. Any load will do. How is our advertisement campaign going here? Yes. Coaster Lovers is definitely helping us. We got 2,000 guests now. They're speaking Sims. Okay, that's pretty cool. Goes up, straight down, big loop like that. Oh, and there's like water here. That's kind of cool. Let's watch this thing. Big splash. That's a cool ride. I really like that actually. People are already coming to it, which is nice. People are coming to this one. Sweet. Now I don't know, since I have all this pathing, I probably can't put any more roller coasters in here, so I'll probably just kind of split this up like this. I'll probably get a nice little... Oh. I'm already screwing it up. Let's kind of just overhang it here. Build this up, make it nice big mountain. Okay, that's definitely looking a little bit better. Let's see if we can kind of close this park in a little bit. Attached to the other mountain here. Let's kind of connect to where we have our little food market there. Make a nice big mountain. Close this in a little bit. Okay, and now that we kind of have this shaped a little bit, let's kind of just form this a little bit better. Let's take a smaller brush here and make it into a nice mountainous experience. Make sure we're not blocking any tracks. Okay, very nice. I did kind of like the way this is, so I'll maybe replicate this over here a tiny bit. That looks pretty cool. Now let's see, how is this looking? I could maybe build up another little mountain here over top of this, and maybe connect it like that. May as well make it as cool as I can. Let's make these like caves. Completely close that all in. That's pretty cool. And then over here, I'll overhang it as well. It's like a little maze. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's fill this in with a little bit of water here, maybe. Already has some water over there, which is good. I love kind of coming around the bend like this, around a little pond. I think that would look pretty good. Okay, let's add some water here. And then maybe add a few trees throughout here. Kind of up on the hill. A couple of trees in here. Never gives me the right ones I want, but that's okay. I guess how is it supposed to know? Let's clean up a few of these. Yeah, this is pretty epic. Now to kind of finish this off, let's make sure we have lots of benches everywhere. Get a few kind of throughout here. Actually, one probably good there. Have a few benches over here, maybe over here as well. Lots of garbage over here already, so I want to make sure that we have some garbage cans here as benches. Okay. Very nice. So let's get some garbage cans and start working in reverse here. I can get some garbage everywhere pretty quick. Yeah, we got some garbages here. And it is working around nicely. Let's get a couple of bathrooms for our heavy peers. Let's go to guests and then bathrooms. Now we do have a couple of bathrooms here already. So maybe we could get one over here instead. Maybe one there. Maybe one over here. As people come out there. And then maybe even over here as well. Be by this big tree. A couple of bathrooms there. And then let's take a step back and just see where we could get a couple of extra trees. I think in here would fill that in nicely. A little bit nicer. Maybe a couple up here. A few up here. A little bit behind here. Just kind of adding the finishing touches. Then if I had a few more trees kind of along the edge here, that'd be a little bit better. That looks absolutely epic. That looks really cool. And maybe a few more along here as well. Kind of just closing this in, making it a little more homey. Let's take a look at this park. This is looking pretty sweet. I'm quite happy with this actually. Hey ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you guys wouldn't mind, please kill the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10,000 before Christmas, like I said in the intro. And also kill the like button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.